Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, February 7th, 2023, and this is FlossTube number 95, and welcome. If you are new here, this is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Once in a blue moon, I will talk about other crafty goodness such as crochet or quilting, maybe embroidery every now and then, but today it is all cross stitch. And I know I keep promising everybody that you're going to see this quilt that I'm working on, but I haven't worked on it. In fact, it was pretty sad because I came to clear off my sewing desk, which is where I film on, and my sewing machine was still underneath from the week before. I feel bad. Anyway, welcome. If you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. To all my new subscribers, for all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So anyway, thanks everyone for joining and for coming back, and all of your comments. I'm trying to answer you guys in the comments down below. If I missed somebody and you had a question that didn't get answered, answer it here. I try to do it every morning, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So anyway, so if there's something you need to know, ask it again and I will try to get to you this week. Okay, let's get to stitching. What have I been stitching? Well, my daily piece, which is my 25/7 piece. I will link that Facebook ground down below. I am terrible with names, y'all. So I'm not even going to attempt to name the person, and I need to write it down so that I always have it somewhere. But it's a group that was started, I believe, by the Soulful Stitcher. And there is a Facebook group. The gist of it is to work on it for 25 minutes a day or 25 stitches just to get some stitching in. You would be amazed that even with just 25 stitches a day does. It really builds up. It really adds up. And so that's what this group is for. I'm using mine for one piece. I started doing this, I believe, in October, maybe. It's been a while I've been doing this, and I've seen such progress on this piece. And that piece is Amid Amish Life. These are out of the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. I gotta slow down. Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazines from 1986. My husband was a senior in high school. He graduated in 86. So this is it right here. It originally came out in 3 panels. I am doing it as one big piece. And so I found this piece online. I don't know who did it. I'm going to have to research it so that I can give them credit. But this is their stitching right here. And it is one piece. And so that's what I'm doing. So I have been working on the first panel on the right. That's how I start working, from the right for the most part. Sometimes I don't. So anyway, so this is what I have done. I got my barn roof. I finished my silo. I'm so excited. That barn. That barn. It's one color, that roof. But I got all this done. So I am thrilled with my work. Thrilled with what I got done. I'm hoping to finish the roof of the barn. Page 1 ends right about here. The first panel ends right about here. So before I go up anymore, I want to work a little bit more on the second panel, just to kind of give it some more, because the barn continues onto the second panel. And so I want to go ahead and finish that barn before I go up and do all this, since it's all the same colors. So that's what I got done. I am still loving this stitch. It's become a habit. I wake up, I do my devotions, I sit down, eat breakfast, and I pick this up. And I do it for 25 minutes or 30. Sometimes longer if I skip the weekend. I'll sit down and I'll watch Laura Stitching by the Shore, and usually Judy the City Stitcher will give me, between one of those, will give me my weekend catch up on Amid Amish Life. So there it is. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Then I'm trying to work on these daily, and it's not working because I'm frustrated with it. And that is the Shannon Christine Christmas Club 2022. And this is the 12 Days of Christmas. I am still on number 1, even though we are in February. I have not started number 2 yet. And I will tell you why now. So this is it. I got a lot of stitching on this puppy done. I don't like the beads. I don't like the way the beads look. I don't like the way they're laying. I don't like the way they look on the pattern. At least this part of the beads right here. So I'm going to take them off and just use metallic thread. I like metallic thread. I don't have a problem with metallic thread. I'm not going to sit there and say I enjoy stitching it and I'll do a whole piece with metallic thread, but I don't mind it. So this is what I have right here. So I'm going to take those beads out probably today. We'll see. And just use metallic thread. I'll probably still use the beads in these little parts, but for this part right here, I just don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. I just don't. So hopefully I can get number 1 done this week. I think I said that last week. Hopefully I can get it done. She's almost done. There's not a whole lot. I'm using Pattern Keeper. I put it in Pattern Keeper. And so, what I do is I just pick a color and stitch, pick a color and stitch. And so, I don't have a whole lot done, left to do. So there it is. Adorable. Adorable. Will I get all 12 done this year? I don't know. We'll see. Like, I haven't even worked on my grandma's jewelry box by Carolyn Manning, and number 2 came out and I'm not done number 1. I'm not gonna kill myself trying to finish them. So there it is. Love it. Still love it. I still like them. Hopefully I'll get them done. Okay, February 1st, I have a new start. And so this is something I'm not sure. I want to work on it some more. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to incorporate it into my rotation. I want to work on it every week in February. And that is my new start. It is Mini Beauty and Strength, artwork by E. Anthony Orm. It's a chart by Artisy. And this is her right here. She's so pretty. And I got 358 stitches in. I worked on her 2 days. And here she is, right here. That's what I got done. I started in the lower left. I wanted to get to where I started on her soon. So if I had started in the upper right or in the upper left or in the lower right, I wouldn't have gotten to her at all. So I'm doing kind of a Stitch and Mommy typewriter method where I pick a color, stitch it as much as I can, usually until I run out of a strand of floss or I run out of close enough stitches. And then I just stitch that color, then I pick another, stitch that color. So right here, for the most part, this part right here was pretty much blocks of color. I mean, you know, there's still a little bit of confetti in there, but not a whole lot. So, like I said, I need to pick one day a week where I can sit down and try to get 200 stitches in her. Because I would like to get, by the end of the month, 1,000 stitches. If I get 200 for the next 3 weeks, 600, I'll get around 900 stitches. Yeah, if I can get a little bit more than 200 stitches a day, sorry, I was mathing in my head, and that's never a good thing. If I can get around 200, a little over 200 stitches a week, I can get my 1,000 stitches in for the month. So if I'm mathing right, y'all, if y'all are like, Rachel, your math is way off, let me know. But anyhow, I need to pick a day where I work on her because she's pretty. And like I said, I do want to get some stitches in her. So the next thing that I worked on, which I still can't find my book that this pattern is in, and that is Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs. And here it is. So what I do every time I pick on this, y'all, every time I pick this up, I work on one of these little doohickeys, little flower buds. So I did that until I ran out of red. And then I worked on this right here. I'm going to fold it so that y'all can see this right here. So that's what I got done. The birds were already done. So I worked on this little part right here, this, and then down. And then again, some more flower buds in the border. I also, stitched this right here. I was going to stitch all the way so that I could have a reference point, but I just decided not to. So that's what I got done. Progress, right? Progress. Not too bad. So that's Christmas garden, and I still don't know what I'm doing on the bottom. I go back and forth. When I work on it, I'm like, yes, I'm going to put our last name on the bottom. I'm going to put all of our initials. And then when I work it on it, when I look at it again, I'm like, ah. So I don't know. When it's done, I'll let you know what I decided. We'll see. We will see. Okay. My Sunday stitch. I am stitching this along with several other FlossTubers and Instagram posters. I first heard about it with Angie Slowly Crafts, and I do know that Adventures in Stitching is stitching it. And this is God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter. I am doing the cropped version by the Cross Stitch Studio. This was gifted to me. And so that is why when Angie mentioned that she wanted to do it, I was like, I have the cropped version. Can I join? So she said, of course. So here it is, the cropped version, which I'm glad I'm doing the cropped version. I got 202 stitches on it. And here it is. Like I said, I like my method of just picking a color and stitching it until I don't have a reference point. You know, like right now I have a reference point, which means I can go a little bit further. But what I'm hoping to do this Sunday is I'm hoping to pick out these little colors that are missing, even if they're just 1 or 2 stitches, stitch them, and hopefully get this part completed. And then I'd like to work my way down, I think. I'm not sure if I want to work my way down or work my way across, or what I might do is work my way down and across of 1 page and just go with that and see how that does. I don't necessarily want to do a page completion, but you know, I am using Pattern Keeper on this, so I do have where it shows where the pages are, so that helps. So that's it right there. Like I said, I do this on Sundays. Usually I do it when we watch The Chosen, but my husband had a men's thing at church Sunday, so I did it while he was gone. But anyway, so that is my Sunday stitch. I really like it, and I do have to say that I'm really, 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 really enjoying stitching with Pattern Keeper, so much so that I think that's why I'm enjoying full coverage so much, because it uses Pattern Keeper. I wish that I could put my lavender and lace chart in it. I know that there's a way, but I know that there's a way. I'm probably gonna have to take it to Office Depot or something and see if I can get it scanned as one big piece. But boy, I'm really enjoying stitching on that thing. It's made it so much easier, you know, especially when you can sit there and say, you know, like, okay, so the piece I'm going to show you next, what I'm doing here is I'm picking a color and I'm stitching it to 0. And that is the Cross Stitch Studios Mystery Stitch Along. I'm still on part 1. Part 4 is about to be released, but that's okay. And so this is what I'm talking about right here. So what I'm doing here is, because I have reference points for pretty much the whole page, I am choosing a color and stitching it to 0. So that's been pretty fun for this small piece right here. And then what I'm going to do when I start page 2 is probably again start up at the top and work my way down, and then when I get enough reference points, I'll stitch to 0. Even though my fabric's gridded, I still don't trust my counting a whole lot. So I just I need my reference points. I don't think I could do extreme cross country because there's no, I don't think I could. But anyway, so this is it right here. I don't think I'll finish the first page. There's no way. I try to work on this 1 day a week, and I got 269 stitches when I sat down on it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'd like to get at least 200 stitches. So between this, God Shed His Grace, and the Mini Beauty and Grace, those are the 3 full coverages that I work on weekly. And so if I can just pick a day where I can get around 200 stitches, which usually I can do at night while my husband and I are watching TV. And it's funny because I'll say, hey, I just got 30 more stitches left in this color. Let me finish this. So he's pretty understanding about that. So this is it right here. Love it. I'm starting to get a gist of the idea. It is not something I would have purchased if I had seen, but I'm glad I did it because it is a different design than I would normally purchase. And it's like, I'm looking at a lot of designs that I have and they're all starting to kind of look alike. I like the scenic look. I like the old houses and the gardens and that romantic type of look. I like that for my full coverage pieces. So the Mini Beauty and Grace is like totally different because I'm not a whole, you know how I am about people, but here I am buying all these Mirabilias. But anyway, that's something else. But that's kind of what I enjoy when it comes to full coverage, the look that I like. And so I like bouquets and, you know, just things like that. So that's kind of something that I like it, but I would not have purchased it. So I'm glad I got it. Okay, on to my next. This is my fancy piece for the week, and that is Lavender and Lace Blue Moon Angel. I originally purchased this kit at a thrift store. It had been partially started, and it was done on a 36 count dark blue linen. So I dyed some Aida, a similar color, and 16 count Aida. And it was originally supposed to be done on a 32 count linen, and this person did it on 36. I might have continued it if it was done on a piece of 32. But anyway, I got 1 strand of thread in this, but it's 1 strand. So I'm okay with that. So this is my Lavender and Lace Blue Moon Angel. And y'all ready for this? I did this. Now I needed to do this. My plan was to do all of this color, which also moves up. I was really hoping to finish that little bustle part. But I needed to do this because there was an error somewhere that I could not find, that if I did this, that would be a new starting point. So I was able to do that. I was able to fix it. So that took a little bit longer than just stitching. I had to sit there and figure out what was actually supposed to be there, or where it was supposed to be. And so I had to leave some stitches out, whatever, but I have a new starting point. It's fresh, it's clear, it's done. So hopefully, I don't know when I'll pick this up again, but hopefully next time I'll be able to work on her little bustle right there and get that done. I do need to remember that when I do work on this, I need to try to put some stitches in the moon. And there she is again. So pretty. Lovely, lovely. Okay. And that's it. That's it for my stitching. So let's talk about my plans for this week. I am still doing the magazine monthly challenge. So let me see. I am going to be working my full coverage piece, and I didn't take them out, so y'all forgive me, is going to be City of Romance. I'm going to pull this out and work on this. We Live in Hope, which is a Blackbird design, and I'm doing that in honor of my dad's parents. That's going to be my family sampler for that side of the family. My fancy piece, I'm going to pull out Princess Eliana and work on that, and then I'll continue with my ornaments and hopefully get some progress on those little babies. So that is my plan for stitching this week. And again, like I said, I'm going to try to put, I need to put, for Magazine Monthly Challenge, I need to put 1,000 stitches in the mini Beauty and Strength. So that I can meet that challenge. And then, I'm not posting these. This is kind of my own thing. And then, 4 hours, I'm hoping to get, I don't know what I was thinking, 4 hours of We Live in Hope. So hopefully I can get that done. So small groups start back up. Our first one is tonight. And then I think next week we're going to try to meet on a different night because it's Valentine's Day. And the week after that is Mardi Gras. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. But so small groups start up. So my Tuesday night stitching is greatly diminished. In fact, my Tuesday stitching is greatly diminished. So hopefully I can get some stitching in elsewhere. I'm encouraging my husband to go play golf Saturday so that I can get some stitching done. Because usually when he's home, we've been aggressively attacking my mom's things. Just going through them and really being aggressive in where we put it. What do we do with it? Are we keeping it? You know, whatever. So we've been really, really aggressive about that. And so I need a break. I really need a break. I need an emotional, mental, physical break from going through boxes. So I'm encouraging him to go play golf. So y'all pray for good weather so he'll go play golf. Anyway, so that's it. That is all I have for you guys today. Personal stuff, if you want to stay, there's not a whole lot of, in fact, I kind of touched on it just now, but if you want to stay, there's not a whole lot of personal stuff going on. Small groups start back up. I was supposed to have my interview for my certification for to be a minister. It had to cancel, but that's nice because it's actually going to be held in town. And instead, I would have had to drove about an hour away. So they're going to have someone else do it, but it's going to be in town. So that is awesome. I haven't heard from the lady that's supposed to do it, but hopefully it's soon because I've been studying that thing like crazy. So hopefully it is soon and I can get that done and get it over with and focus on being a grandma. We're planning my daughter-in-law's baby shower. And so we're doing all that and getting that done and getting the baby's room ready. For those of you that don't know, my son and daughter-in-law live with us. And so they are taking over not one, not two, but 3 of our bedrooms. We only have 4, so they were empty. You know what I'm saying? The kids all moved out. The bedrooms were all empty. Why not? Anyway, I do this in the dining room. We don't have a dining room. We eat in the kitchen. So anyway, so this is my dining room right here, and it's become a catch-all. I just might as well be totally completely honest with y'all. It's got sewing stuff in it, but it's a catch-all. So I need to organize it. My daughter-in-law keeps offering, but she is, she's getting, you know, the baby's growing. So I don't want her to have to do too much. So I might put her folding fabric if she ever offers again. But anyway, so I'm looking around at what I need to do. It's like, so anyway, hopefully before the baby comes, we can get this room organized. And because I want to be able to not have so many needles and threads and everything laying around once the baby starts moving around. Anyhow, so that is it. That's all I have for you guys this week. I hope to see y'all next week. Y'all have a great week. I'll see y'all next week, Lord willing. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye-bye.